So if you've started your Depop shop, you've got all the basics down, but you really just want to take it to the next level, this video is 100% for you, because today I'm going to be sharing loads of tips, loads of secrets about Depop that no one ever tells you. So my name is Lily. I own a Depop shop called @thrifted or something. If you want to check it out, I'll put a little preview on the screen. I'm actually having a complete revamp of it, so this might not be what it looks like very soon, but anyway, I'm a top seller and I've been selling for about 3 years, so I've learned some of the little secrets, some of the little hacks that you can do to make your shop better and just easier to run. These are all going to be things I've never seen anyone talking about on YouTube, and also I shared some of these with some of my Depop seller friends and they had no idea what I was talking about, so I can assure you these are things that people don't want you to know. But yeah, I'm just going to get into it. So the first tip I have for you is using Canva to create graphics for your shop. So this is an app, it's also a website where you can just basically graphic design so easily. It's hard to explain, but there's so many templates and it's all free. I've made a few sale graphics in my shop, super handy for sales. Honestly, if you are doing a sale on your Depop, you need to post about it, because otherwise people just won't really realise. If you want to do it on your laptop, there's a whole website, you don't have to download anything. You can create an account for free and there is little paid extras that you can add, but you really don't need them, and if you want to, then it's just a very small expense. But I haven't used any of the paid extras, they're just like extra fonts, extra templates, things like that. You can use it for logos, you can use it for Instagram stories, you can use it for your Instagram feed, and obviously you can use it for sale things or just shop policies, all sorts of little graphics that you're going to want to put onto your shop. Now tip number 2 is for your photography lighting. Honestly, I've played with this for so long. It's so hard to get good lighting, especially in the winter. Honestly, my holy grail is just going outside, having complete natural sunlight, but it's absolutely freezing at the moment, so we don't want to be doing that. For fashion photography, which is what you're going to be doing because you're taking photos of your clothes, you're going to need a light bulb, which is these specific stats: around 5000 K, 95 CRI and 250 watts. So I'll put on the screen the one I bought off Amazon. So just to show you a little comparison, this is the old light bulbs I used to use, the ones that came with my umbrella lights. And these are the recommended fashion photography ones. Like, look at the difference. This is the box of the ones I got on Amazon. They were quite cheap. I'll link these ones in the description if they're still there, because obviously as a Depop seller I am a true bargain hunter and I like to find the cheapest, best solution for everything. So yeah, these are the best. If you don't want to buy those ones, the main thing you're looking for is around 90 CRI. I don't exactly know what that means. I used to do photography, so I kind of like know the basics and stuff, but I don't know what CRI is. I just know that you need around 90. So promise me you'll look for a 90 CRI. Okay, the next tip is also to do with photography. Something no one ever talks about is if you're using a white backdrop like this one, you need to light up the backdrop as well as yourself and the clothes that you're taking photos of. So the ideal kind of setup is you want 2 umbrella lights or soft boxes and you want them pointing at the white backdrop. This is going to eliminate shadows but also just make it look less grey. And then you want a big LED light in front of you. I have a ring light which is from Newer, also on Amazon. Again, if you're looking on Amazon for lighting, please check eBay as well, see if you can find a similar solution for cheaper. I would rather give money to the little companies on eBay rather than the massive corporation that is Amazon. But if you can't, it's okay. But also on Amazon, they often have lightning deals, which for some reason is often lighting. So yeah, keep checking the deals. This ring light I got for £50 rather than £80, which is honestly such a good deal. I bought it on a bit of a whim, but honestly, I love it so much. Okay, so the next tip is for wholesale and buying bulk. Now, you can't just go and ask Depop sellers where they buy wholesale. I promise you, absolutely none of them are going to tell you, whether they're a little shop or a big shop. They're not going to spill their secrets. I mean, even if you offer to pay, they probably still won't. That is one thing you can just forget about doing because it never ever works. You're gonna have to do your own research, literally scroll through like the 10th page of Google to try and find something. But one thing I found really helps is looking on eBay for wholesale. So for example, they have a category which is wholesale and job lots. That is always really good to look through, but a lot of people, if they're selling clothing lots, they will just list it on the clothing section, so you're gonna have to scroll through for quite a while. If you do find someone who's clearly selling loads and loads of lots, looks like they kind of have a business, doesn't look like they're just cleaning out their wardrobe, and the things that they're selling you really love, you're gonna just want to reach out to them, see if they do have their own website, see if they have bigger job lots, see if they have more stock that you can handpick, or just get a bigger box of stuff. You're probably gonna have to do this a lot, because a lot of the time you just message them and they're like, no, sorry. And that's literally the end of the conversation. So it's a lot of trial and error. You're gonna have to just keep going. I promise you, just don't give up. You'll find someone someday, and then you won't want to tell anyone else about it, which is again why Depop sellers will never tell you they're wholesale. Okay, the next tip is something I actually haven't tried before, but the amount of recommendations I've had from my friends, my Depop group chat, and especially Zoe from Shop Zoe M. She honestly loves this stuff so much, but it is Waitrose stain remover. If you have clothes with stains on, any kind, just things you think are never ever gonna come out, I promise you this stuff, it's gonna help you so bad. I was gonna buy some to try myself, but obviously we're in lockdown, so I only really want to go to one supermarket, and Waitrose isn't really my supermarket of choice. I know the feeling when you buy something and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing, and then suddenly you discover like the biggest stain or a tiny little mark, but it completely ruins the whole vibe. So yeah, this stuff is definitely worth it. Okay, my next tip is one of my absolute favorites, and I don't think it's really something you would expect, but basically using Facetune to edit your backdrops. They have a background tool which is honestly insane. You can increase the shadows, the blur, and the automatic like cutting out tool is so good and normally like completely accurate. Obviously sometimes technology never works completely well, you're gonna have to do a bit of touching up, but all in all, honestly, it's so good. And because the app has loads of other features as well, you can also edit like the brightness, the contrast, and like the color balance all in the same app, so then you don't have to like keep taking them out. Like for example, if you use Photo Room, which is another background deleting app, then you're gonna have to then take it out of that app to edit it again with the brightness, the contrast, and the color balance. But this one, you can do it all in one. The only thing is you do have to pay for it, because I did used to have a little trick which I wish still worked, I'm sorry about this, but you could just screenshot it and crop it and then you wouldn't have to pay, there would be no watermark or anything. However, they've sort of redesigned the app, so when you screenshot it, it just says nice try. When I tell you I've tried every single app and I've never found something close to as good as editing out the background, especially with the shadows to make it look more natural, honestly it's definitely worth it. I contemplated it for so long, but just buy it, I promise you. Okay, my final tip is something which kind of evolved from being a top seller, because when you're a top seller you get access to this big group chat with all of the other top sellers where you can share advice, tips, ask questions. It's really lovely, it's so handy as well if you ever have a question that you want to get answered quick and like the Depop team probably won't get to you fast enough, then someone else in the Depop group chat who's a top seller will probably just know. But the thing is, if you're a growing Depop seller, you're not a top seller yet, then you don't have access to this and you're probably the one that needs to know the tips and tricks the most. So my main tip is to join loads of Depop Facebook groups. Just search in the group section Depop and you'll find loads. I actually made one with my friends recently because some of the boys on there are a little bit territorial. They kind of just seems like they don't want anyone to thrive, especially young girls, so we made a women only one. It's not completely exclusive. If you want to join and you don't identify as a woman, just message me, we'll see what we can sort out. But yeah, I'll add the link to that in the description if you want to join, because it's such a nice little community. Everyone helps each other out, and in most Depop group chats they say no promo allowed 100%, but in our Depop group chat we allow promo just as long as you interact with someone else's promo first. But yeah, it's super lovely, I really love it, and I feel like it'll definitely help shops grow. So many benefits, honestly, just join. So I think that's all of my little tips I have for today. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. Also, if you want me to make another one of these, I'll see what other secrets I have up my sleeve, just let me know. Also, don't forget to check out my Depop, it's at Thrifted or something. I'll leave all the links I've mentioned in the description. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!